The Mystery of the Energy That Writes DNA and Creates Life. Author: Nguyen Tsong Leet. Writer: independent researcher. Friends. The mysteries of the universe are like a locked safe for which the key has not yet been found. But once the key is discovered and inserted into the lock of knowledge, we suddenly realize how simple everything is. Strangely enough, for so long, we failed to notice that key. Humanity has always yearned to know who created life on Earth. Molecular biology has nearly uncovered DNA within cells, yet the question, who writes the DNA code, remains a stubborn riddle science has not overcome. As for me, I am merely an electrical transmission worker. No one would expect a power grid operator to answer such a profound question. However, through my daily work transmitting electricity from power plants to consumers, I realized something remarkable. Carbon and I operate under the same principle: energy transmission. In professional terms, I call this the principle of operational equivalence. There is a saying, know yourself, know your counterpart, and you will never lose. By extension, to understand how carbon transmits energy, I only needed to understand what I do every day with the national power grid. That alone was enough to approach the very question science has long struggled to answer. Over time, my work organized itself into a coherent system in my mind. I came to view it as my own theory of energy transmission. Later, I gained confidence when modern science itself, through Ilya Prigoghine's Nobel Prize-winning work, confirmed that when an energy flow passes through a material system, it spontaneously creates order. In previous videos, I demonstrated that DNA is a 3D computer system. But then the question arises: who designed this 3D computer? In my profession, no one orders me to transmit electricity to consumers. First, energy must exist. Only then are power lines built to transmit it. At the endpoint, meters measure and record the information in an orderly manner. The word order may sound gentle, but in reality, it is an information problem, a record of operational behavior. Power grid operation always follows three criteria: efficiency, economy, accumulation. As I said, carbon and I share the same operational principle. From there, I gradually uncovered how energy creates the DNA code. Again, DNA is a 3D computer. When energy flows through matter, order arises automatically, as Prigoghine stated. But to understand how energy flows through carbon, we must first understand energy itself, where it originates and how it travels through the universe. In upcoming videos, I will focus on what energy truly is and how carbon recognizes it. When we first encounter chemistry in middle school, we learn the definition of energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It only transforms from one form to another. Here, I would like to slightly revise this understanding. Instead of form to form, we should say state to state. This brings us closer to the binary logic of computing: on-off states, circuit breakers in power systems, and the switching dynamics within DNA. The law of energy conservation states: total energy input equals total energy output. To me, the equal sign in that law is mathematics itself. The origin of 1 + 1 is equal to 2. Mathematics was not invented by humans. It is embedded in the nature of energy. This led me to a guiding philosophy throughout my exploration. Humans only imitate what already exists in the universe. We cannot invent what the universe has never had. If something truly did not exist in the universe, no one would even know what it was. Energy may have no visible form, but we recognize it through its traces. How does energy pass through carbon? That will be explained in later videos. But first, we must understand energy itself. I believe the universe began with the Big Bang. What existed before it is beyond my capacity to know. As an electrical transmission worker, I compare the Big Bang to a hydroelectric plant connecting to the grid, energy radiating into space, much like how power transmission operates today. Human technology merely imitates what the universe has already done. From there, I formed my own understanding of the universe, entropy, and step-down transformers, just as power engineers calculate voltage reduction for safe transmission. Every discovery requires dismantling previous misconceptions. I do not seek to overthrow anyone's thinking, but based on my work in energy transmission, I see reality differently from what science has previously described. To trace how energy writes DNA, people must first follow my explanation of cosmic principles. Only then can life be understood as a physical phenomenon, not merely a chemical one, a phenomenon of universal energy transmission. Many wonder how a power line worker would dare enter molecular biology and the origin of life problem, a field reserved for scientists. But science has not answered it yet. Sometimes, the only solution is to think differently. Below, I present how my philosophy diverges from modern science. From an electrician to the DNA blueprint. The universe's first 3D computer ***. 1. Core philosophy. The theory of energy transmission. Scientists begin with matter. An electrician begins with current. Source. The Big Bang was a massive power station emitting ultra-high voltage energy. This energy propagated through the universe following 3 criteria: efficiency, economy, accumulation. Step down. When this energy encounters magnetic fields, such as Earth's, it passes through a transformer, reducing voltage to detectable levels. Matter does not spontaneously appear. It is the record of energy having passed through. 2. The Great Voltage Regulator, seawater and salt, NaCl. This is what science often overlooks. Water is not merely a medium. Together with salt, it forms a voltage-stabilizing regulator. Mechanism. Seawater ions oscillate rhythmically. When cosmic energy enters, ionic defects and NaCl oscillations act as secondary coils, filtering harmonic noise, entropy, and linearizing energy flow. Clock. Salt ion oscillations generate a stable clock frequency, allowing carbon to resonate without burnout. 3. The worker carbon. Why not silicon? Just as the power industry selects qualified grid operators, the universe selects carbon. Carbon uniquely satisfies 3 operational criteria. A resonance frequency. At 37 degrees Celsius, carbon resonates perfectly with saltwater energy. Silicon is too heavy. Flexible 3D structure. 4 valence electrons enable sp superscript 2, sp superscript 3 hybridization, geometry-based coding. A proton-electron cooperation. Proton tunneling provides geometry. Electrons maintain charge balance. 4. Rebutting entropy. The universe moves toward balance. Science says entropy increases disorder. I argue the universe moves toward balance. Mathematical proof. Energy conservation, Ein equals EAT, is the eternal equal sign. Entropy is not chaos. It is temporary agitation for selection. Information is energy. DNA records energy states through chemical reactions that form 3D geometry. 5. Conclusion. DNA, the first 3D computer. Life is not coincidence. It is a computational command. A bits, A, T, G, C, are instructions. Codons, for superscript 3 equals 64 states. Are operation. DNA receives environmental energy, clicks, and executes energy transmission calculations to regulate life. Cosmic energy is the primary current. Saltwater is the transformer. Carbon is the processor. DNA is the complete motherboard.